Hello and welcome. This is Anatcrypto podcast, the place where I'm experimenting with my English, with my crypto, and with my Farcaster account. Key features of the new build season. We just speaking about them requires holding distributed tokens. It's similar to vesting. Also, weekly tips. No rush like before. Proportional distribution of tips, a relief for those tired of calculating allowance. No 10% cashback for your votes. Be selective with whom you tip. Also, let's discuss GM Farcaster episode 126 highlights. Warpcast has disabled priority mode because they improved the spam filters. Now spam mainly shows up when you click show more. Also, Bitfloor Ghost said that the only way to grow on Farcaster is to reply to people individually with meaningful replies. Don't worry about followers and find your cozy corners on the platform. Create authentic and interesting content. Also, in Books channel, there is a giveaway from Phil. He is distributing Chaos Monkeys, a bestseller by Antonio from the Moments of Zen podcast. Also, Yes to Crypto just announced his fundraising with Degen Tips. It's innovative mechanism which is pretty interesting. Also, Knowledge Proof tells us how to learn to detect lies with Karen Reth podcast. Let's discuss which emotion are you cultivating in those around you. So, what if we assume that we are not just training our physical muscles every day, but also our emotional muscles? Which emotion are you training in your subscribers? Anger towards competitors and Ponzi scheme creators, or joy from new discoveries and inspiration from your own and others' progress? This is my first live in English. Usually I was doing many attempts to do videos. I did some short videos from many attempts, but now I decided to do only live streams to make my speech more professional in English. So be patient when you are listening to me in English, because it's not my native English. My native English is Russian. So let's discuss episodes from Daily Gwei. July 4th turned out to the Independence Day from your portfolio. Not Independence Day in USA, but Independence Day from your portfolio, because 30% drop from the highs, it's pretty normal for a bull market. So you need to be patient when you are waiting when your back's growing again. ETH managed to secure the third spot in the market within 6 months. It's very good result. Bull is getting more people into staking through distributed validator technology, and Umbro is creating a Tornado Cash equivalent. So be scared when you're using all these protocols in US, because it's not allowed. Also, Infinex app from the founder of Synthetics application is running a create run campaign where you can farm tokens with yield by providing liquidity. Also, they said that they aim to keep most of the tokens in the community's hand rather than the venture capitalists or the team. Maybe they are speaking when I listen this type of words. I think that it's probably they will do big airdrop. So it can be interesting if you like to use DEXs and if you like to trade and you have enough liquidity to participate in this campaign. So 905% of Ethereum stakers are men. So if you go to any technical conference of Ethereum, you will see the same results. Anthony Cesana isn't too thrilled about other ecosystems like Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Bitcoin, and Polkadot. But Ethereum, that's a different story. I agree with him. So I like to be in Ethereum space. It's my home. Also, a little reminder for you that quadratic voting experience at Unchained Summer Buildathon is now is almost finished. So vote for interesting members like me. So I gave my votes for Adrian because I like to write. And maybe I will participate in writing hackathon. I like to develop this in Farcaster industry. Also, big shouts out to Knowledge Proof because it was the first time that she read my posts in GM Farcaster podcast. So that was this post. What's the difference between life and the crypto market? Both had their ups and downs, but unlike crypto, in real life, we don't lose our minds over a bad day. So just relax and keep moving forward. Crypto will reward you just like life does. Also, I did a highlights for very interesting episode with Dan Romero, GM Farcaster episode 38. That was the interview with him, and some highlights from me. Farcaster is like the email protocol, and Warpcast is like the Gmail service. Dan has 3 brothers, all of whom use Farcaster. He also has young children and a Mexican nanny named Molly who cooks delicious Mexican dishes. Short usernames can have a certain status, and some people might be more inclined to use them, like Dan Romero, but I don't like and not so like short names. It's not by a big difference for me, short or long name. So I'm using Anatcrypto.eth because I want to, because it's cheap, it's not expensive like dvr.eth. It's expensive ENS name, and I'm using my ENS name because if I will get someday banned or lose my account, maybe it will be the best way to find me in another spaces using my ENS domain, because I'm using cold wallet, and it's more safe and permissionless than using Warpcast, for example. So Also Dan said that new features should be added gradually, not all at once, and you can see on his blog that he has many notes about features in the next year which he want to involve into Farcaster. So anyway, you need to do any changes gradually. All good changes are doing gradually. DVR's favorite holidays are Christmas and Independence Day. Also, among the countries he hasn't visited yet, he'd love to go to Brazil. In his free time, Dan prefers reading books or attending events. So that's all information from this episode that was interesting for me. Some shouts from my recent trip to winery. It was wine time, and there is no image from this interesting frame, but it was the circle of my inner circle. It looks like pretty like this picture. This picture was done by myself. That's the people who it's been 2 weeks since I last rewarded my most valuable commenters with an airdrop. So for the these 2 days I was giving them my entire daily allowance, and that's my type of airdrop because I like these guys and girls who was participating in my blog and was giving big value by their activities. Mostly that was the value comments. Some highlights from 125 episode. GM Farcaster has released 125 episodes and received 5,300 mints on Zora. So congrats to Knowledge Proof and Adrian. Also, I'd like to discuss streak series. Because they end if you take a big break, more than 2 days, as I remember. So plan your post for tomorrow today. I have 70 days streak, and I have only 23 hours to continue this challenge. Also, Knowledge Proof said that you shouldn't connect safe to your Farcaster account. It could cause issues with receiving airdrops and rewards on other networks. So Warpcast also will notify you if we have taken action on casts you reported. So if you got that notice, that was used for Farcaster. Also, some news from Airstack, famous service in Farcaster. So you can they launched Moxie protocol, which enabled an efficient network economy on Farcaster, as they noticed. You can mint Moxie Pass on Farcaster, so it's just another type to monetize your social capital in Farcaster. Many people in the US need a VPN to use Polymarket, so welcome to the modern world where not only Russia, Iran and North Korea cannot use some sites, but also some big IT countries like US. This week, GM Farcaster was on vacation, so that's why they were presenting replays. Some highlights from Daily Gwei 789 about ETF launch. Anthony said that it will be probably at the end of July. They are expected to see inflows of around 30% compared to BTC ETFs. The SEC is still going after Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, Consensus, and Uniswap, accusing them of selling unregistered securities. But a big win for clarity and legal precedent against the SEC in the US regarding BNB tokens. US courts now have more power over the crypto regulation than regulatory agencies. Farcaster allows mobile payments and USDC in just 3 clicks using Coinbase Wallet and Warpcast. Stablecoins transfers is the biggest crypto product yet, and mass adoption is closer than ever now. So I tested the feature by sending a test $1 to our favorite crypto girls, Anastasia. Yesterday I made a little script by ChatGPT on Python for Enjoy Tech on the tips on Zora for the past week. Here's some infographic data to help you get a sense of the weekly tip budget numbers. So about $30K in tips went unused. 26% spent nearly all tips, and unused budget was 62%. So 62% of money wasn't used. So go to Enjoy.tech and use your weekly allowance for tips in Zora Mint. Some news from Anthony Sazana in Paragraph. Coinbase has sued the SEC. We said we didn't spoke about it. They just they said that SEC trying to exclude crypto from the banking system. Reth is the first ready product for a quick Ethereum Lite client. So Reth won't be used to run validators, but can operate as a full node. Ethereum validators are concentrated in the US, Europe, and Asia. They are almost non-existent in Africa, South Africa, Russia, and China. They are out of reach for most people in poor countries due to the high entry barrier of 32 Ether. Also, MegaETH is an layer 2 built on top of the Ethereum, aiming for 200 TPS speed with a 2 millisecond delay. This is similar to what Monad does as in layer 1, but on a layer 2. So I'm bullish also on this protocol and will be using it on my wallets. Fluent has launched its first DevNet for a hybrid execution network, allowing execution in both Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly. This lets developers create apps with innovative logic written in Rust and languages like Solidity or Viper. So some news for Coinbase USDC. They just adding it to Stripe's product for crypto payments and fiat to crypto conversion. Coinbase has grown to the second position despite not having its own token. Base. I'm talking about Base. Some highlights from Bentley's weekly rollup. One egg has filed for Solana ETF with approval expected no earlier than 2025. Mt. Gox is preparing to distribute bitcoins, but prices likely already reflect this. The US government owns more bitcoins than any other country. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin in the second half of the year due to the new demand. Because of ETF, limited supply and improved user interface. Cyber attacks could disrupt the ecosystem during airdrops by exploiting their resources. New projects will likely change their usual token distribution model significantly. Links are like blockchain links that let users interact with Solana via Twitter, requiring a browser extension. Also, ZK compression is a collaboration between Light Protocol and Helios Labs that scales Solana by creating a Validium-like Layer 2 solution on Solana. So they not calling this Layer 2. Blast is valued at $2 billion, which is lower than contour plane parts. Also about some legal news from EU, there is a ban on algorithmic stablecoins and a license required for stablecoins. Tether is classified as an authorized stablecoin. And also news about MegaETH, which is I'm bullish on also, very bullish on it. And the last news would be from GM Farcaster. Sanjay, Vezid, Mandias, Casey, and SDC are fixing recent issues with Warpcast. Podcast can generate income, but it depends on the number of views and monetization. So seek for sponsors and grow your views in podcast, and you will generate more income. The base colors collection by Gendry, colors from Jake and Phil, and this new Nounish red color for Nounish proof. A Scoop project lets you invest in content creators on Farcaster. Creators get a share of each deal linked to their channel activity. Also, congrats to Toddy Hawk for winning the 0th season of Survivor show. Adrian plans to launch new seasons of shows, including No More Cooking and Survivor. So that was all news for today. See you next week.